What's up, folks? Waiting for some people to join in, man. We discussing this Venezuela situation one time. I'm ready to have some discourse on this. Come on, man. Let's get some people up in this room, man. I got a new channel, trying to get it booming. Talking to a mental giant right here, a mental giant. Come on, if you up in this room, man, let it be known. We talking Venezuela up in this bitch, man. Waiting for a few people to get up in here. I don't live in Venezuela, but that's where my roots is at. So we're gonna powwow. We're gonna talk about everything that's going down in Venezuela. I'm just waiting for a couple people to get up in this room, man, because we're not allowing uh, the imperialist regime of Israel, because that's who the United States is owned by, is Israel, and y'all got to stop fooling yourself and acting like America is running the show, because America is not running the show. Israel is running the show. Okay, so the whole thing is this. All right, it's just like Iraq. It's just like Syria. It's just like Libya. It's just like all these other countries, to where the name of the game is uh, going in the guise of spreading democracy while simultaneously stealing the resources of the people. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. You know, nothing new under the sun. So I don't support no bitch ass random motherfucker named Juan Guaido or whatever the fuck his name is, claiming that he's the president of Venezuela. That's not what it is. You know, he was not democratically elected. So to sit up there and say that you support democracy, meanwhile you want to go in and overthrow a president, like him or not like him. I'm not agreeing with him. He's no Hugo Chavez. But the simple fact is you're not going in there to liberate nobody. You're going in there to overtake resources, and that's what it is. Hold on, is there a practical difference? Who stole? How do I say? This is my first. Who stole resource? Maduro? Someone else? Where's Maduro? Your guy? Maduro was not my guy. I'm saying Chavez was the man. Okay, and Chavez put in place Maduro because he trusted that he would carry on the legacy of uh, the Bolivarian Revolution. You know what I'm saying? Which is deeper than us, and all that is. And let me explain something to you people who don't understand what socialism is, because socialism has been demonized in the media and demonized throughout society because they want to control you through capitalism, you know? And by everybody acts like capitalism is Lord Jesus himself. It is not. And as a matter of fact, Jesus was a socialist. If you want to be real, all socialism is it's a resource-based economy, meaning that we the people own the resources. So Being here in America, it would be like we own the resources, not the government. And here in America, we are taxed up the ass. You are not allowed to um, sit up here and you can't. Let's say I'm a man and I'm working construction, and I work 30 years, right? I work 30 years paying off a house to call my own, and let's say 5 acres. You know, after 30 years of working my ass off and paying off this house, I still owe tribute to the government. Meaning, if I don't continue those payments to the government of the United States of America, which is a corporation, then all of a sudden I can get my property taken, regardless if I worked my whole life for the property. It can get taken. That's freedom. That to is that freedom to y'all? That is not freedom. You know what I mean? We are under a dictatorship as it is. You know, and anybody with half a brain can see that. So all this thing is in Venezuela is to take over the resources, take over the oil, and a brief history lesson on Hugo Chavez or Chavistas or whatever you want to call it, or people who believe in socialism, is that we believe that in the land it's a resource-based economy, meaning all the people in the land should profit from our natural resources. Is and a lot of these news media organizations, which is owned by a select small group of people, Zionists basically, um, what they are reporting back to the people through propaganda is that socialism is not working and somehow it's evil. But when in fact, when when the resources were given back to the people, did everything underhandedly to destroy the economy and to destroy what it was um, that the country was trying to achieve. You know what I mean? And we're still at the same point. You know, so you can't say that I'm not gonna sit up here and blame Maduro for the woes of the country of Venezuela when in fact when you really follow the money and you see where it's coming from, the woes are because of the embargo or the restrictions or the sanctions that America, Britain, France, Israel, really let's just say Israel, because they are all, um, uh, the left wing and the right wing of one bird, which is Israel, and they are implementing these sanctions to punish the people for owning their own resources. When Chavez came in, he came in and he said, okay, at the time he came in, 98% of the oil was basically owned by US, Britain, and Israeli interests. You know what I mean? And when Chavez came in, he put a stop to that. Now, any person who is proud of their country would say, okay, that was a nationalistic approach. You you come in, he was a general, mind you. He came in and he seen that, okay, he looked at the condition of his country, and because he wasn't being controlled by globalist interest, he said, okay, we're taking back, I'm nationalizing the oil. And with this oil money, what I'm going to do is with the revenue from the oil money, instead of it going to some offshore foreign interest, foreign bank, world dominating government, I'm going to allow the proceeds to profit the people within our own country. If that's not nationalistic, I don't know what is. And so by doing that, obviously Venezuela gained a lot of enemies. Okay? And by doing that, he returned the resources and the profits thereof to the people and redirected that profit not into the pockets of the government but into the pockets of the people via social programs, education, which is a social program, healthcare, which is a social program, retirement, which is a social program. So the notion that uh, Venezuela is some failed experiment is wrong. It's only a failed experiment because these world governments want it to fail, and they have their tentacles inside of it, and they're doing everything they can to make it fail. That's what it is. Let me go read the comments real quick. See what I got. Everything around you is made by capitalists. Why do you live in the most capitalistic country? Why not? Hold on. I gotta read this part. Are you from Venezuela? So everything around you is made by capitalists. First of all, you don't know who the fuck I am or where I'm from, okay? Why don't you go back to Venezuela? First of all, I'm from America, okay? From Native American descent, Spanish Pueblo, and Jicarilla Apache descent, okay? So you can't tell me to go back to nowhere. The Western Hemisphere is my turf, okay? So let's just get that out of the way. See, see if I can read any more comment. Who is this motherfucker, by the way? On phone. It sounds like a fake page. Probably. I'm not gonna cast pearls on the swine like you. You know, I want to have real dialogue with real people, not suckers like yourself. So we're gonna wait. I'm absolutely a socialist in the most basic form. You know, I don't know um what you've been told or what you think about socialism, but in its most primitive form, I'm a socialist. And Jesus was a socialist. To be a socialist is to be a compassionate person, like to be a compassionate individual to be a socialist. I'm not out here preaching that everybody should be lazy and I'm gonna take something from somebody. Individualism or ingenuity, you know, that's a deeper conversation. And I will not apologize for that position. Why do you like the wait? Why do you like the most? Hold on, I'm sorry. Why do you live in the most capitalistic country? Well, I already read that. Go back to Venezuela. Everything around you is made by capitalists. Everything around me is made by rape, rob, and murder. Okay, so let's just make that clear. So if by capitalism you mean rape, rob, and murder, um, yeah, everything around me is made off of rape, rob, and murder. I know, but I was here before all that came, so you can't run that on me. I'm not European. Um, this is my homeland. I'm from the Western Hemisphere, so you can't run that. You can't run that on me.